8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's Morning KIX Extra with Randy and Jen.
It's the 148th episode of Morning KIX Extra.
Woohoo! Extra is an extra dose of Randy and Jen.
And while that may not seem like the best idea, it is a great way to catch up on stuff you might have missed out on during the show.
Or if there's anything you want to listen to again.
Like the dumbest thing you've ever seen someone do while intoxicated.
And we are all just boiling this summer.
We're going to be talking about how hot it's been.
So let's get things kicked off.
On Morning KIX Extra.
Morning KIX Extra with Randy and Jen.
So are you heading out west into the mountains this summer?
No.
Okay, well that's good because that's marmot country and you better be warned. Those little buggers, they want to eat your car.
Yeah, believe this or not, a warning has now been issued by California's Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park, which is home to a low population of hairy marmots that are notorious for damaging vehicles.
So apparently they're attracted to the smell of engine components and fluids, and so they'll crawl into undercarriages, and then they'll cause a bunch of damage to like radiator hoses and car wiring and things like that. They've also been known to stow away in your car.
Hobos, here's how you keep them out from eating your car. If you park for a hike or overnight camping, the Park Service recommends spreading out a large, let's say a blue tarp on the ground and then drive onto it, thread twine or rope through the grommets, and tie it off on top of the car.
And allegedly this is going to keep them from the underside of your car, but they say that you should be advised that wrapping chicken wire around the vehicle is no longer recommended. Marmots have learned how to get around the wire.
And for God's sakes, don't loan them your keys. They'll just run down to the hardware store and make copies.
I'm betting when you enter the park, the gift shops have plenty of big blue tarps and rope at twice the price it would be at like a hardware store.
Here's an idea. Just go hiking on that treadmill in your basement that's covered up with all your laundry. Jen's Movie Rehab. This is where we give a movie assignment for Jen to go watch over the weekend and have her go watch it and come back and review it on Monday because...
Well, before I came to KIX, I'd really never seen a whole lot of movies before, so someone would make a movie reference and I just wouldn't get it.
And even after having seen the movie, she sometimes doesn't get it.
So this weekend, I'm watching Good Will Hunting.
Let me explain something to you, okay?
Okay, yep.
You are never going to watch Good Will Hunting.
Why not?
Because you had your chance to watch Good Will Hunting and you spit and urinated all over that opportunity.
Okay, Randy, that is definitely not what happened. I just watched the wrong movie.
She watched the wrong movie. I told her which movie to go home and watch, Good Will Hunting, and she watched something else entirely. So you
let me watch it this weekend. It's Mother's Day weekend.
No, this weekend you are going to watch a Mother's Day movie, though.
Okay, I can get on board with that at least.
It is a 1960 classic love story about a boy and his mother called Psycho.
Oh, come on, Randy.
No, it's produced and directed by Alfred Hitchcock, based on the 1959 novel of the same name by Robert Bloch. Stars Anthony Perkins, Janet Leigh, Vera Miles, John Gavin, and Martin Balsam, and is about an encounter between an on-the-run embezzler, Marion Crane, who's played by Janet Leigh, and the shy motel proprietor Norman Bates. And its aftermath in which a private investigator, Marion's lover Sam Loomis, and her sister investigate her disappearance.
So this is the Bates Motel thing, right?
Yeah.
Norman,
him and his mom. So it's considered one of Hitchcock's best films and is arguably his most famous and influential work. It's been hailed as a major work of cinematic art by the international film critics and scholars who praise its slick direction, tense atmosphere, impressive camera work, and memorable score and iconic performances. Everybody knows the music to Psycho.
But Psycho's not a Mother's Day movie. I mean, it has a relationship between a mom and a son, but it's not Mother's Day. I thought you'd let me watch something nice this weekend.
It is all about the mom. So it's ranked as one of the greatest films of all time.
Is it that good, though?
It is. It set new levels of acceptability for violent, deviant behavior and sexuality in American films and has been considered to be one of the earliest examples of the slasher film genre. You can watch it for free on Prime. You know, whether you should let the kids watch it or not, it is an old black and white film. It depends on how young they are.
You just said it set a new level of acceptability for violence and sexuality and stuff. So maybe
at that time,
I think I'm going to pass on the kids watching that one.
Okay. Yeah, probably a good call with your kids since they were freaked out at Beetlejuice. So,
all right. So I'm going to watch Psycho this weekend and then I'll come back and let you know what I thought about Good Will Hunting on Monday.
No. Give you a whole new level of understanding of mother-son relationship.
Morning KIX Extra with Randy and Jen.
Is it hot enough for you?
Hot enough for you?
Hot enough for you? and you're like, oh my gosh, yes, it's too hot. I get it.
It's obnoxious. I think we ought to salute that guy as the real American hero that we all know he is.
This station presents Real American Heroes.
Real American hero.
Today we salute you, Mr. Guy Who Asks, is it hot enough for you?
The guy who asks, is it hot enough for you?
The heat is unbearable, but not as unbearable as your predictable quips. You think you're being clever, but you're completely unoriginal with your unnecessary small talk.
You love the sound of your own voice.
You're just extremely uncomfortable with silence.
So you became the king of idle chit-chat. Yeah.
So when I'm all sweaty, the last thing I want to hear is your stupid yap implying that I asked for this heat wave. You don't know me. You don't know my thoughts. You're Mr. Guy Who Asks, is it hot enough for you? A real American hero.
Mr. Guy Who Asks, is it hot enough for you?
And in 6 months, you'll ask, is it cold enough for you?
Morning KIX Extra with Randy and Jen.
Well, unfortunately, though, it's hot everywhere. So if you were like, I'm just going to drive away from here today and try to get cool, it's boiling everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go, it's going to be like that. So just bear up. Boiling everywhere, man. Boiling everywhere, man. Hot and humid air, man. I'm in my underwear, man. Cutting up all my hair, man. Boiling everywhere. It's hot in playground,
Small town,
car pound,
sunny beaches,
backyard,
small cars,
ballpark,
in the bleachers,
parking lot,
boat dock,
garden plot,
auto dealers,
driveways,
highways,
byways,
big arenas,
forehead,
dripping sweat,
face red,
burning fever,
air conditioned,
barely kicking,
way too hot inside the kitchen. Boiling everywhere, man. Boiling everywhere, man. Sweltering hot air, man. Health alert declared, man. Go inside and stay there, man. Boiling everywhere.
Morning KIX Extra with Randy and Jen.
There is a new picture of what may or may not be a Bigfoot on Facebook.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. They're calling it a baby Sasquatch in the woods.
Or a squatchlett.
A squatchlet.
Yeah.
Why is that what you call a baby Sasquatch?
I don't know. This lady who took the picture, named Stephanie Wood, said she initially thought it might be a child in a costume, but now believes it might be something more significant. Have you seen the picture?
I have seen the picture. So he's basically just hanging out in the woods, and there's a couple of deer grazing that are nearby, and
it looks like Shaka from Land of the Lost.
I don't know what that means.
No, of course you don't. Land of the Lost was this horrible TV show, which, by the way, is still on for free on Freevee on Prime.
Love it.
Don't torture yourself. It's horrible.
So he's just like a furry little creepy looking thing.
Yeah, with a face like cutout thing, like Shaka from Land of the Lost.
Like Shaka from Land of the Lost. He's just hairy.
This is stupid. Everybody knows that Bigfoot is down in Georgia now.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he moved down there a few years ago. You don't remember this whole thing?
No, I don't remember this at all.
Spotting Bigfoot everywhere in Georgia, and it has well been established that he's down there, and he's sojourning there until time for him to move to Florida, where he will go to work with Bruce Lee and Elvis Presley. They're guarding Walt Disney's brain in this massive frozen silo.
See, there's no way that's a thing.
That is a thing. That's where he is now. He's in Georgia.
Bigfoot went down to Georgia. He was looking to make a comeback. It'd been a while since we'd seen his smile on the supermarket checkout rack. When they came across his remains sitting in the forest, they hit the jackpot. That's when Elvis showed up in a pickup truck and said, "Boy, let me tell you why. I bet you didn't know it, but I've been looking for Sasquatch too. We found him there all covered in hair. Looks like this myth is true. Back when he fought the Bionic Man, I'll give Bigfoot his due. Here comes an alien ship. Better move it quicker. They're going to be probing you. Now that we've caught our Yeti, we better cash him in. There's no time to rest. Let's head to Loch Ness and let the bidding more begin." No one thought that he was real, just a legend or a tall tale. Now Bigfoot's found in Georgia in a freezer, won't go stale. And if he's real, then you'll get rich, but that would be so cool. But if he's not, you'll look just like a fool.
Morning KIX Extra.
We're talking about the dumbest thing that you've ever seen someone do while intoxicated. I'm betting at least a few of these have fireworks.
Oh, no doubt.
involved,
Absolutely.
yeah, so.
What's the dumbest thing you've seen someone do while intoxicated?
All right, so me and a bunch of my buddies went up to Springfield, and I guess one of their father-in-laws had a big old barbecue for the 4th of July. And on the way back, we've all had quite a few drinks except for the driver, but he had a big box of fireworks in the back. He drove a 2012 4Runner.
Uh-oh.
So drunk me thought it was going to be a great idea to light a flare in the car.
No!
So I light the flare. It's going off while we're driving down the highway. Smart me decided, well, I'm going to throw it back in the box with the fireworks. I'm talking mortar shells, firecrackers, Roman candles are all shooting off while we're trying to drive down the highway.
Maybe not the brightest idea you had that day, was it?
Hey, I'm telling you, tequila makes me do crazy things.
What you guys are witnessing here is natural selection at work.
What's the dumbest thing you've seen someone do while intoxicated?
Well, me and a buddy of mine got to drinking. We decided that we was going to play cowboy. So we went out to his dad's place, and we threw a bull rope around his bull, and I rode it backwards. I found out I was a bull rider, though. That started my career.
Yeah, not a very good one if you rode him backwards.
Well, backwards, yeah.
The thing he found out, too, he was a bull rider, but he was also a bull faller.
What's the dumbest thing you've seen someone do while intoxicated?
Skateboarding off the roof of a garage into a swimming pool.
Yep, that's not too smart. That's not too smart at all.
No, did you make it into the swimming pool?
We did. It was actually a lot of fun, but the problem was there was a keg in the middle of the swimming pool.
Of course there was.
One of my friends went off the roof and hit the keg.
Yes, he
and
did.
busted both of his front teeth out.
That's how a lot of dentists get their money, you know.
Well, where else are you supposed to put the keg?
Right, in the pool. What's the dumbest thing you've ever seen someone do while intoxicated?
I don't remember.
Morning Kicks Extra.
We're talking about the dumbest thing you've ever seen someone do while they were drunk.
One time my freshman year at Pitt State, I woke up in the middle of the night and I just moved in with my roommate and I opened my dresser drawer and peed in it.
Because, I mean, it's close, you know.
It's right there.
You can shut it in.
It was a little rough. It was the first time I'd ever met her and the first night we had ever stayed together.
What was really funny was when she went and tried to flush it.
What's the dumbest thing you've ever seen someone do while intoxicated?
This guy I knew, he got drunk. We were at a bar, and he took off all his clothes. He decided to streak, so he started running naked through some yards and stuff. And then he turned and he ran into a barbed wire fence.
Oh my
no.
gosh. Did he get hung? Well, wait, maybe that's not
Randy.
the right question.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, up, you know.
Ow.
What's the dumbest thing you've ever seen someone do while drunk?
I was at a Memorial Day party at my boss's lake, and we were on his boat, and we were all drinking peppermint schnapps.
Whoops.
And we got back to the dock, and I fell off of the dock backwards into the water. And when we got back to the party, my parents were waiting there to pick me up.
Uh-oh.
Who knew? Who knew?
Oh, no.
I think we need to re-record that now.
I think so, too.
It's Morning Kicks Extra with Randy and Jen.
We've been talking about the dumbest, most idiotic thing you've ever seen someone do while they were intoxicated.
It wasn't me. It was actually my husband and one of the kids that I went to high school with. We're at the bar, and all of a sudden, he decides to look at the guy that's hitting on me nonstop. Says, "Hey, I'll give you my wife for $100." And I said, "Excuse me, do I have any say in this?" And my husband says, "Play along with me." I said, "Okay." And the guy actually takes him up on his offer, and so I'm just getting drinks out of him the rest of the night.
Wasn't there a movie made about this?
I kind of feel like it's a win-win almost.
It was. I didn't have to buy any more drinks.
Well, look at it this way. You know now what you're worth to your husband.
Yeah, that's what I tell him all the time.
Yeah. Write down indecent proposal on the movie list. Okay,
Indecent proposal.
That
Okay.
needs to be on there.
I don't know what that is.
What's the dumbest thing you've ever seen someone do while intoxicated?
Walk naked across a train trestle.
No, you didn't. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Was this a dare or like he just felt like
Or
it?
was it a great idea you had?
No, it was just a stupid.
Yeah, it was a stupid, all right, but was it a stupid dare or a stupid idea?
Oh, it was a stupid idea. We were playing hide and go seek.
Wait, why were you naked?
Do you know the rules of hide and go seek?
It was naked hide and go seek.
Yep,
Who are you hanging out with?
I've actually played that before by myself.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Oh, I lost, by the way. I lost so bad.
What's the dumbest thing you've seen someone do while intoxicated?
I agreed to a first date with my ex-husband.
Wait a minute. Let's examine those words, shall we? You said first date with your ex-husband.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we know how that ended up.
Oh, yeah.
Like putting on familiar shoes, right?
Oh, yeah, they're always going to hurt your feet.
Walk on him or something? What the heck does that mean?
You've been there, done that. You've experienced it before.
Did
so
what, Jen?
They fit your feet okay. They're comfortable to walk in.
You're doing it wrong. What is the dumbest thing you've ever seen someone do with their feet while they were drunk?
A friend of mine made a mistake when we were just out of high school, telling me where he took his girlfriend parking. And we tailed him down county roads with our headlights off. And I crawled underneath his car while it was running, laid on my back, and did push-ups with his back bumper.
What?
Why?
All of a sudden, I hear the car go into gear.
Uh-oh.
I'm thinking, oh, my God. It didn't dawn on me that he's going to throw gravel all over me when he peels out.
You have the weirdest workout regimen I have ever heard of, I think.
What's the dumbest thing you've ever heard of someone doing while drunk?
Well, on the way home, I stopped my truck and got out and had to go pee, and my emergency brake didn't work. 6 shift.
Yep.
And I got out. I was done. I was getting ready, move back up to the front of the truck, get in. The truck started rolling. I slid on the gravel. I went down, and the truck went over the top of my leg.
Good. You shouldn't have been driving drunk anyway, you silly ninny.
What can I say?
Oh, not much, I guess. Not at that point. She just called you Ninny.
It's Morning KIX Extra with Randy and Jen.
Hey, join us on the next edition of Morning KIX Extra.
We're going to be asking who, if you could have anyone, would you have narrate your life?
Mr. Morgan Freeman.
In the meantime, don't forget to check out our blog at KIX1025.com.
You can check out all of the latest Morning KIX karaoke songs.
And you can watch us live on most social platforms every weekday morning starting at 7.
Make sure to like, follow, and smash that subscribe button.
Don't miss Morning KIX with Randy and Jen. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on the 4 states' #1 for country, KIX 102.5.